Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hergianti Puspita Dewi. In this video, we will present about Pressuposition article review with my group team, Rina Ayu Lestari, Kevin Olyvia, and Raisa Hana Maulida. We use 4 articles in this video to review Pressuposition article. The first is an analysis of types of presupposition in Time Magazine advertisement by Rina Octavia Siagian, Rotua Elfrida Pangaribuan, and Fabrica L. Toruan. The second is an analysis of presupposition in Oija origin movie of evil movie pragmatic approach by Silatul Dwi Nur A'la and Zakrimal. The third is an analysis of presupposition on Brett Cohen's character in front of the class movie by Kennedy Wahyu Saputra, M. Bahri Arifin, and Setia Aryani. The last is the analysis of presupposition in Maleficent movie by Dewi and Trigustari and Nurlaili Makia. We review the similarity and differences of the articles based on problem, objective, methods, findings, and the conclusions.
My name is Rina Ayu Lestari. I'm going to explain about the problem of the articles. The first article is an analysis of types of presupposition in Time Magazine advertisement by Rina Octavia Siagiani, Rotua Elfrida Pangaribuan, and Fabrica L. Toruan. The problem is this article discusses the types of presupposition in advertisement in Time Magazine. The second article is an analysis of presupposition in Ouija, Origin of Evil movie, pragmatic approach by Silatul Dwi Nur A'la and Zakrimal. The problem is this article discusses about the types of presupposition in the film Ouija, Origin of Evil. And the third article is an analysis of presupposition on Brad Cohen's character in front of the class movie by Kennedy Wahyu Saputra, M. Bahri Arifin, and Setia Aryani. The problem is this article discusses about the types of presupposition used by the Brad Cohen's character in front of the class movie and identifying the meaning of utterances that containing presupposition used by the main character. And then the last articles, the analysis of presupposition in Maleficent movie by Dewi and Trigustari and Nurlaili Makia. The problem is this article analyzes what are the types of presupposition in the Maleficent movie. Okay, let's talk about the similarity problem that exists in the articles. There are 3 articles that have the same main problem that being discussed. These 3 articles only discuss about the types of presupposition. These articles are an analysis of types of presupposition in Time Magazine advertisement by Rina Octavia Siagani, Rotua Elfrida Pangaribuan, and Fabrica L. Toruan. An analysis of presupposition in Ouija, Origin of Evil movie, pragmatic approach by Silatul Dwi Nur A'la and Zakrimal. And then the last one is the analysis of presupposition in Maleficent movie by Dewi and Trigustari and Nurlaili Makia. And then we move to the different problem. This article has different problems that discussed. These article problems are about the types of presupposition and the meaning of utterances. The article is an analysis of presupposition on Brad Cohen's character in front of the class movie by Kennedy Wahyu Saputra, M. Bahri Arifin, and Setia Aryani.
Next is objectives of the articles. We have 4 articles that we analyze. The first article entitled An Analysis of Types of Presupposition in Time Magazine Advertisement by Rina Octavia Siagian, Rotua Elfrida Pangaribuan, and Fabrica L. Toruan. The aim of the researcher is to find out what types of presupposition that exist in advertisement in Time magazines, and also to find out what types are the most dominant. The second article, entitled An Analysis of Presupposition in Origin of Evil Movie, a Pragmatic Approach by Dwi Nur Ala and Zakrima. The aim of the researcher is to find out and know the types of presupposition and dominant types of presupposition in the Oija movie. The third article, entitled An Analysis of Presupposition on Brad Cohen's Character in Front of the Class movie by Kennedy Wahyu Saputra, Muhammad Bahri Arifin, and Setia Aryani. The aims of the researcher are to identify the types of presupposition used by the Brad Cohen's character in Front of the Class movie, and to identify the meanings of the utterances containing presupposition used by main character in Front of the Class movie. And the four articles entitled The Analysis of Presupposition in Maleficent Movie by Dewi and Gustari and Nurlaili Makia. The aim of the researcher is to identify the types and meanings of presupposition found in Maleficent movie. From the four articles that we use, in articles 1 to 4, the researcher has something in common. That is, the aim is to analyze what types of presupposition exist in each article by identifying them based on the utterances that contain the presupposition in it. And 3 of the 4 articles use the same object of research, that is movies, while the differences in objects can be seen in the first article, entitled Analysis of Presupposition in Time magazine advertisement. This article use advertisement in Time magazine as the object of research.
I'm Kevin Olyvia, so I will continue the explanation of the review. This time I will explain the method of our article. Those 3 of the 4 articles, namely the second article, an analysis of presupposition in Oija, Origin of Evil Movie, Pragmatics Approach by Dwi Nur Ala and Zakrima. And then the third article, an analysis of presupposition on Brad Cohen's character in Front of the Class movie by Kennedy Wahyu Saputra, Muhammad Bahri Arifin, and Setia Aryani. And then the fourth article is the analysis of presupposition in Maleficent movie by Dewi and Gustari and Nurlaili Makia. Those 3 are used qualitative method with those that have been reviewed using the data that have been presented descriptively, whereas in the first article it has difference from the other 3 articles because it is use a descriptive quantitative method by presenting data and also a table by calculating the percentage of the entire data that has been presented. The title of the article of the first article is An Analysis of Types of Presupposition in Time magazine advertisement by Rina Octavia Siagian, Rotua Elfrida Pangaribuan, and Fabrika L. Torwan. So those are the different in these 4 articles that we have been reviewed. So the next part, the findings, will be explained by Kak Dewi. Thank you.
Next, we move to the finding reviews. Based on the second, third, and fourth article, they have the same similarity in the finding structure. Because of the researcher were used qualitative research to produce descriptive data without numeric data or statistical procedures in analyzing the data. In the second article, an analysis of presupposition in Oija, Origin of Evil Movie, pragmatic approach by Silatul Dwi Nur'ala and Zakrimal, the researcher found 22 data from the OJ movie. The data has been classified into 6 types of presupposition: 4 data from existential presupposition, 11 data from structural presupposition, 4 data from factive presupposition, 1 data from non-factive presupposition, 1 data from counterfactual presupposition, and for the last only 1 data from lexical presupposition. And for the dominant types, the researcher chooses structural presupposition because it has the highest data. The third article is an analysis of presupposition on Brett Cohen's character in front of the class movie by Kennedy Wahyu Saputra, M. Bahri Arifin, and Setia Aryani. This article has 2 findings. The first finding is to solve first research problem about to describe the types of presupposition used by the main character in front of the class movie, and the second problem is to identify the meanings of utterance containing presupposition used by main character in front of the class movie. First finding, the researchers found 130 data from Brett Cohen's utterance in front of the class movie. From the total data, 96 of them are existential presupposition, 10 of them are factive presupposition, 6 of them are non-factive presupposition, 3 of them are lexical presupposition, 10 of them are structural presupposition, and for the last of them is counterfactual presupposition. Second finding is the meanings of utterances containing presupposition used by main character in front of the class movie are gained by analyzing the context, because in pragmatic study, context is essential to figure out the implied meaning. The context of the Brett Cohen's utterances in front of the class movie is gained through 3 factors. They are the participants, the context of situation, and the shared knowledge. Fourth article is the analysis of presupposition in Maleficent movie by Dewi Trigustari and Nurlaili Makiah. The researchers found 108 data containing presupposition and context in Maleficent movie, 67 existential presupposition, 22 structural presupposition, 8 factive presupposition, 6 lexical presupposition, 3 counterfactual presupposition, and 2 non-factive presupposition. The researcher also found that utterances containing presuppositions had implied meaning that were not expressed by the speaker, as we called context. Different from the other 3 articles, the first article, an analysis of types of presupposition in Time magazine advertisement by Rina Octavia Siagian, Rotwa Elfrida Pangaribuan, Fabrica L. Toruan, use descriptive quantitative method. Quantitative research is a research strategy that focused on quantifying the collections and analysis of data. There are 4 types of presupposition that have been found in the data based on Time magazine advertisement. They are existential, lexical, factive, and structural presupposition. The occurrence of existential presuppositions is 90 times, that is 62.93%. Lexical presupposition is 64, that is 30.06%, and followed by factive presupposition 8 times, that is 5.59%, and the last one is structural presupposition is 2 times, that is 1.39%.
The last is conclusion. From the 4 articles that have been discussed, it can be concluded that articles 1, 2, 3, and 4 are looking for the type of presupposition and which type is more dominant in the article. In the first article, the dominant result was existential presupposition with a total of 90 and a percentage of 62.93%. In the second article, 11 data are found that are more dominant in structural presuppositions. For the third article, the researcher found 96 data of existential presupposition, which makes it dominant. And in the fourth article, the results obtained are also dominant to existential presupposition with 67 data. For articles 1, 3, and 4 have in common that they are dominant in the existential presupposition. As for the second article, the dominant result is structural presupposition. There are several differences in article 1, 2, and 4, which only analyze the dominant type of presupposition. Article 3 also analyzes the meaning of utterances by analyzing the context through several factors, namely the participant, the context of the situation, and the shared knowledge. That's all from our group, from our presentation. Thank you so much for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.